Good day and welcome back to another Dbz Dokkan Battle video. In this video we're going to be taking a look at test 4 of the Dbz Bodyguard Recruitment event. Now this is probably the hardest or most frustrating stage. It requires you to clear the event with 77 million damage. Of course, remember that the GT bosses category will have an advantage here. Now, if you don't want to use GT bosses, you can use a full physical team with the GT Goku and probably get this done. However, I have two teams that can do this and it was very painful. The first team is an int-based team using the Shadow Dragon Legion alloy you can obtain from the battlefield. This unit needs a lot to make it work, but you can make it work. And the second unit, which also needs a lot to make it work, is the Tech, Nova and Ice Shenron. Now Tech Nova and Ice Shenron are harder to do than the free-to-play unit, but they are summonable, which means players might have them and have a bit of an easier time. A lot is going to depend on basically the gear you give them, so make sure you give both of them, whichever one you're using, attack-based gear, super attack, modifier-based gear, and crit gear, as crits are definitely mandatory to achieve success here. Now, in terms of the Nova and Ice Shenron, they're quite difficult because you need a very large field of orbs, and even with their large field of orbs you still need a crit, and even with that you still need them to crit on like their third super attack so they can build up their attack and defense to the required level. It's very hard, but it can be done and it is possible, so I am showing it to you. Obviously a lot is going to depend on crit. As you can see, they do raise their attack and defense quite significantly. If they get their third super and they crit on their third super, then they will beat the event. Of course, this does mean you have to get 18 orbs. There's not a lot of ways around that, although the tech setup for orbs is a lot easier. Now the Int Shadow Dragon Legion, they need roughly around 30% support. So you'll need the Tech Nova Shenron, or in this case I have Vegeta. Tech Nova Shenron shares a couple links with them, which means you only really need him. However, you need around 16 orbs if you only have one support, and you'll need around 11 or 12 orbs if you have two supports. The reason is because they will need around 12 million, and they will need to crit on that 12 million to be able to get the required damage. Now getting them to crit is a little bit difficult, but you can give them gear and make their life a little bit better. As you can see here, we managed to get the crit this time, which means we cleared the damage goal relatively easily. Honestly, this took me around, must have been 35 minutes of resetting to do, so it is a very difficult or annoying stage. If you're a new player and you don't have the battlefield currency, go try any other nuking team. You don't need to score that high to get the tickets, and yeah, it's just, it wasn't a great one. Obviously we don't have some of the GT bosses units that came out in the JP version, so it just felt like we're a little bit gimped. But it can be done free to play. If you are struggling, consider link leveling with link skill orbs to try and improve things. And yeah, just give it your best go. Basically that's all I can really give you. There's not too much else I can really say. And that's it from me. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and see you next time. Bye.